Hey guys, Wavy Watches here, and this is going to be another AliExpress special build. It's going to be an automatic NH35 with a Seiko Prospex dial. It's going to have this navigator silver case, which has got a 24-hour GMT function, but I won't be putting a GMT movement in. I'm just going to go with an NH35 for now. And these are just all the parts I've got from AliExpress. I will try to put the links, the ones that I can, in the description. And this video is just going to be me building this watch. I've been getting a lot of support and likes and comments on my other builds, so I hope you enjoy this, and I hope this helps you learn how to build watches. It's a bit of a tutorial, but kind of like a build with me. So to begin with, the dial, it's got these these feet that we're going to have to going on. You're going to have to snip off some of the feet, or the dial feet. I use some nail clippers. I think that's the easiest way, and it gets it really close. So in other videos I've like shaved off the little marks, but you don't need to if you're very close. So this cuts really close and it's not going to cause any issues, and as you can see here, it will go on straight away. So when you're doing this, just line it up, do one side at a time, and then restart. Don't just try and do it from memory. Do one side, take them off, because it's really hard to undo what you've done, if you know what I mean. And then once the dial's on, you can see there I've just scrolled slightly, and then the date is changed to midnight. So now I know that the watch is at midnight. Then the hands can now go on for 12 o'clock. So I'm going to begin with the hour hand, and I've been using this. It's got another name, but it's essentially just blue tack. Everyone knows what that is, and it's easier than using tweezers because you can be a bit more precise. You're not going to drop it. And then this little tool that I've got that I just push down on the hands. It doesn't bend them, and it's worked really well for me. It's been trial and error. Sometimes I bend the hands sometimes, but I think this is the safest way to do it. And as you can see there, within 20 seconds I've got both of the hands on without issue. Then I use the other side just to kind of tighten it up, straighten it up, and then if they bend, I'll go back in with some tweezers and just bend them back. But as you can see here, nothing's catching, and I'm just going to go all the way around and just check. And as you can see in a minute, it will change again once we hit midnight. So if you look at the number, and then perfect. That's one of the best times I've got on when it changes. So I've zoomed in here, and as you can see, it's such a pain getting the seconds hand on. But when you zoom in, you get really close. I'm probably going to get like a magnifying glass or some kind of magnifying glasses for this part, because it's so hard. Unbelievable. If you've never done this before, getting the seconds hand on is super hard. But here's a close-up of the movement. I think these hands on this dial, they look incredible. I think it's really nice. This isn't like a direct replica of any kind of watch. It's got parts from here and there, like the navigator case. It's like a navigator inspired case. The Prospex dial, and then the hands are just, I really like them hands. I've been wanting to make a watch with the hands, and I think on silver that small piece of red goes really nice. So you can see I've got a movement holder now, and to remove this crown is you push in that little indentation there, and this is the professional way. If you see my other videos, you can see how new I am to this, and I didn't have all of the tools, and I didn't have the finger condoms, but as you can see, I'm up in my game. I'm trying to do better. And as you can see, that movement holder, it works really well, so you don't scuff the dial, you don't touch the hands. And then I've got a bit of a dust blower that's going to blow off any dust, pretty much. That's what it does. And then the case fits on really nicely. There's a quick look of how it's going to look like finished. But here is the crown and the stem. So we're going to unscrew this. It's got nothing attached. And then I'll show you how to cut it down. So this is how I do it. There's ways that professional watchmakers do it, so you only cut once, but what I've found is I will get a marker pen, Sharpie, and then once it's clicked in, I'll like mark it there so I know roughly where I need to cut, and then once I'm happy, I'll remove it, as you can see here. Now it's out, and I'll take the crown back off, and then I'm going to cut it. I think I cut it twice before I get it perfect. So you can see my marker there. It does need to be deeper than the marker, but that's just a guide, so I don't take too much off or not enough. This is the lazy way. I think the proper way is to get, I forgot what it's called, but there's like a measuring tool you can get. But I cut it and then I sand it down so it gets like a flush fit with the stem. And then once more off screen I cut it down, so I'm not going to show you everything. And then I'm going to get some Loctite. It's just off the screen here, but I'm going to put a tiny amount of the Loctite on the end of the stem, and then I'll show you. It just screws down. It's not like super glue, it's not permanent, but it's going to stop the watch crown from unscrewing on the stem when you turn when you're adjusting the time, basically. So if you're going back rather than forwards, it would unscrew, but with the Loctite it just stops it, and it's just a bit annoying if you don't. So I really recommend that you don't skip this step, but make sure that you wipe off any excess. So the crown stem is fitted. Here's another quick look at the case. So I'll screw that down. And now we're at the end stages of finishing this watch. So this is some grease, it lubricates the rubber seal so it doesn't dry up, and it also helps it to be waterproof. I wouldn't recommend swimming in it, or even really taking a shower. I'd wash your hands and go out in the rain, but if you think it's going to go submerged under the water, then I wouldn't do it. I've had one before where I thought everything was tight and it was going to be waterproof. I went swimming and then almost immediately it fogged up and there was some kind of leak. So it ruined the movement. So guys, I just recommend you don't go swimming in it. I think if you're very confident that you've done all the seals and everything's tight and you've pressure tested it, then yeah, but we're not going to pressure test it. But I just want this to be done to a good standard here. So we can finally put this case back on now. So just kind of line it up, and then a magic rubber ball will tighten it up all nicely. And then, like, I don't over tighten it either because I don't want it to be a pain to come off. So there's just some tips that I've got. But there we go. The main part of the watch is finished. The marks on the glass is on the outside, just from that grease where I've touched the glass. So this case back come with some of these fitted already, but I've already got some on the strap that I'm going to put on. So we'll remove them with a little pin removal tool kind of thing, and with the same tool, you can use a screwdriver, you can use one of these. I guarantee if you buy anything on AliExpress, you're going to get free Chinese tools, which is always a win. So we'll push that side down, and then we'll push the other one down. With this watch strap, it's too long, which is good because you don't want a watch strap that's too short and you don't have any links. So to remove the links on here, it's super easy. So you get a really small screwdriver and then just unscrew two of the basically like screws, and then you can see in a minute how they just come out, and then the links just fall out. It's really good design. Just you got to grab some like tweezers or clips just to pull them out, and then there we go. It's just fallen out, and then in the same movement I try and put the screw back in because I don't want to faff about with all the links, because the links are like they move up and down, and you can see what I mean here. So just screw it down the best you can. Guys, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments any tips and tricks. I'm taking it all on board. I'm very new to this watch hobby, but I've been getting loads of really good support, subscribers, likes and comments, and I love seeing it. So if you like this video, let me know, and stay tuned next week for another watch build. This has all been from AliExpress, and it's been for way under £100, and I'm going to try and keep it that way. And I'll see you in the next video.